If you pull down your quick panel, you'll briefly see the day of the week and the date. And if you long press one of these toggles, you'll be taken to some advanced settings related to that toggle. If you tap these status icons at the top, you'll be able to see things like how much battery life you have left and any modes that are currently enabled. If you tap one of the modes, you'll be taken to the settings to change that mode. And if you tap your battery percentage, then scroll down a bit and tap battery usage, you'll be able to see exactly what's using up all of your battery life. You can set your press and hold and double press shortcuts to open Bixby and Google Assistant respectively. So if you need to do things like start a specific exercise, you can use Bixby, or if you need to set up a calendar appointment, you can use Google Assistant. If you swipe up in the Music Player app, you'll be able to see the rest of the songs in your playlist and skip to a specific song. And if you just want to scrub through a song instead of skipping to the next one, you can just hold the fast forward button and it'll start scrubbing through the music. And the same is true for the skip back button. And instead of tapping the speaker icon and adjusting volume here, you can just run your finger across a digital bezel right from the control screen. And if you have a rotating bezel, you can just rotate it. If you're cooking and need to set multiple timers, just swipe to the right of your existing timer and you can set a new one here. Now you can see all your timers by swiping left or right, or you can tap this little icon here and see all of your timers on one screen. If you want to clean up your app screen, you can just long press similar apps and drag them onto each other. That'll create a folder and make your app screen less cluttered. If you open up the Samsung Find app that comes pre-installed on your watch, you'll be able to quickly find any of your Samsung devices. When you tap a device, it'll show you the last known geographical location of the device, and if you tap this music note icon, it'll make the device ring. And if you tap these three dots, you can even see the current battery life of the device. If you have a premium membership with music streaming apps like Shopify or YouTube Music, you can actually select a playlist and download it directly to your watch. And this will let you listen to that music even if you left your phone at home. This is great if you want to go out for a run or a bike ride and want to bring your music with you without having to bring your phone with you. You can use the Samsung Wallet app for far more than just credit cards. If you go into the Wallet app settings, then tap the plus icon, you'll see that you can add everything from memberships to boarding passes and even your student ID. If you swipe up in the Compass app, then swipe up again and enable location, you'll get new measurements for altitude, incline, latitude, and longitude. And if you swipe up a couple times, you'll also get a new altitude and pressure reading. And swiping all the way to the bottom shows you your latitude and longitude. If you install the SmartThings application on your Galaxy Watch, you'll get 3 new tiles to be able to control a single device, multiple devices, or run any of your scenes to control a bunch of different devices at the same time, all with a single tap. You can enable a ticking sound for any supported analog watch faces, and it sounds very similar to a real analog watch's second hand ticking around. You can also enable the hourly chime, which makes this sound at the top of every hour. If you have great eyesight, you can change the font size to something smaller so you can fit more text on the screen. Or you can make the text much larger if it's hard to see. If you enable touch sensitivity, you can use your Galaxy Watch with super thick gloves on. If you enable auto launch media controls, your Galaxy Watch will automatically open up the media controls as soon as you start playing music or watching a video on your phone. And this makes it much faster to adjust your media, especially if you have a rotating bezel because you won't even need to look at your watch to increase or decrease the volume. You can change the button position from the right side to the left side. That'll flip your screen over and let you have the buttons on the other side. If you tap the software version 5 times, then enter your password or PIN, you'll enable developer options at the bottom of your settings. And if you tap into here, you can speed up all of your animations to make the watch feel faster. Here's what the animations look like at the default speed, and here's what they look like when they're sped up. There's a hidden Diagnostics menu that's only available when you go to the Galaxy Store and download the Samsung Members application from Samsung. When you open that application and go into the Support tab, then tap your Galaxy Watch, you'll be given this Diagnostics menu with a bunch of features to test. Just tap on one of the tests, then follow the instructions on your watch. You can use universal gestures to control everything on your Galaxy Watch without ever touching it. There's even a cursor you can use to select things, which is really handy if your hands are dirty while you're cooking or gardening. If you have an application open, you'll see an icon for it at the bottom of your watch face. If you tap it, it'll take you straight back into that application. If you have multiple applications open, it'll show the status of all of those applications. Then you can tap one of them to jump into that app. If you enable the double pinch gesture, you can pinch twice to answer calls, dismiss alerts, launch applications, play or pause your music, and take photos. You can also enable a shake to dismiss feature, which lets you rotate your wrist twice to decline incoming calls, or dismiss things like alarms, timers, and reminders. And if you enable the knock-knock gesture, you can open any application or complete any one of these functions at the top. I personally like using this to open up the camera controller. If you tap to open a notification, you can double tap on it to make it bigger or smaller. This even works in Samsung's Messages application. If you flick across your screen, you can scroll through more tiles at a time. Without the flick, you just swipe through one at a time. And you can of course use the bezel as well. If you long press pretty much any tile, you'll get this little edit option, and if you tap that, you can fully customize what's on each tile. An incredible feature that's built right into the Samsung Health application on your phone is the ability to watch workout videos for free. To do that, just tap the Fitness tab at the bottom, then scroll through the workouts, and tap on any workout that has this play button in the corner. You can then tap Start Workout, and when you tap Start, it's actually going to start the workout on your watch as well. And in a moment, you'll see that my heart rate actually shows up on the video. What's even more incredible is that if you pull the notification shade down, then pull down again to get to your quick toggles, and if you tap this Smart View option, you'll see a list of any nearby TVs that support screen mirroring, and if you mirror it to that TV, you'll actually be able to watch the workout video on your TV and see your heart rate details on the TV as well. And that's because it's literally going to put everything that's on this screen onto your TV. And once you finish that workout, you'll get workout details just like any other exercise. If you don't see the exercise you want to do in the dozens of available exercises on your Galaxy Watch, you can just scroll to the bottom, tap Create New Exercise, and add an exercise for any activity you want. You can even customize what type of data is recorded. If you're tracking a workout, you can swipe to the left and tap New to immediately start a different exercise. And you can do this as many times as you'd like. Then when you finish the workout, it'll be saved as a single workout routine with individual exercises below it. And if you tap one of those exercises, you can see details for that specific exercise. Whenever you're doing a workout that has sets and repetitions, when you're between those sets, you can actually tap on the repetitions and change how many reps you did in the last set. And you can even change the number of sets later by going to your workouts, selecting the workout that had the reps, then scrolling down and selecting one of the sets to change the reps. If you're a competitive person, you can jump into the Together tab in the Samsung Health application and compete against other people in step challenges. You can compete as either an individual or with a team, and you can set targets where the first person to get there wins, or whoever goes the furthest in a certain amount of time wins. So if competition motivates you, this is an excellent feature. And these challenges can all be tracked right on your Galaxy Watch. You can use your Galaxy Watch to take an electrocardiogram and check for irregular heart rhythms. If you go to your heart rate settings and scroll to the bottom, you can even set alerts for high and low heart rates. So if you have a condition where you need to keep your heart rate above or below a specific level, this is a great way to monitor that. And if you tap one of these, you can change the maximum and minimum values. You can take a body composition measurement to get a detailed analysis of your skeletal muscle, fat mass, body water, body fat percentage, BMI, and BMR. But just remember not to use this if you have an implanted pacemaker or other implanted medical device, because the electrical currents that go through your body to take this measurement may interfere with that. And you also shouldn't be taking this measurement if you're pregnant. You can monitor your stress in real time, and if you notice that your stress is getting a bit too high, you can do a breathing exercise, and these exercises work tremendously well for bringing your stress back down. You can use your Galaxy Watch to monitor your AGE's index, and this gives you an overall look at your general health. And if you tap Learn More in the Samsung Health application, you'll be brought to an article where there's a ton of information about what an AGE's index is and how to improve it. You can get much better sleep tracking by pulling down your quick panel, tapping this Modes icon, then enabling Sleep Mode. This will turn off the touch to wake and turn your wrist to wake features so you don't accidentally interact with your watch while you're sleeping. And since it keeps the screen off, it'll also save some battery life. To turn Sleep Mode off, you just have to press one of the physical buttons, then tap Turn Off. And speaking of sleep tracking, if you go into the Samsung Health settings and tap the sleep option, then scroll down a bit, you can enable snore detection. This will use your phone's microphone to determine if you were snoring at night, then show you a little graph with all the time you were snoring. And if you tap that, you can even hear recordings of you snoring. In the safety and emergency settings, you can enable a feature called hard fall detection, and this can automatically call emergency services if you have a hard fall and don't move for about 30 seconds. You can easily keep track of your medications right from your Galaxy Watch. Just select the medication, select the time that you took it, then scroll down and tap Take. And at the bottom, you'll see your logged medications. You can even set a schedule for the medication based on specific days, number of doses per day, and even set a start and end date, which is especially useful for something like antibiotics. And once this is set up, you'll get reminders to take that medication at those specific times. You can easily track your cycle with the Galaxy Watch, and it'll show you where you are in the cycle and give you predictions for when the next one starts. And it'll give you details for which part of the cycle you're in, and even try to predict the next cycle based on your skin temperature. Your Galaxy Watch can detect activities and automatically start recording them as exercises. If you have a desk job, you can enable inactive time alerts and get reminders after 50 minutes of inactivity to get up and move around a bit. If you change the position of the panels in the Samsung Health app on your phone, those changes are automatically reflected on your Galaxy Watch. And this makes it a lot easier to quickly access your favorite panels. If you have Bixby enabled and you hold the home button in the messaging application, you can just dictate your message instead of typing it out. If you'd prefer not to speak your message out loud, you can swipe across the keyboard for faster typing. You can quickly send your current location in any message within the messaging app. This is extremely useful for meeting up with people in a big place, like maybe at a theme park. Now let's take a look at some Galaxy Watch Ultra exclusives. If you jump into your exercises page, then scroll all the way to the left, you'll see this new option called Multisport. And this lets you track exercises like triathlons. And you can even create your own custom multisport activity at the bottom. The most obvious exclusive feature is the addition of this orange quick button right here. By default, pressing this opens up your exercises page. But if you go into your buttons and gesture settings, you'll see that it does a lot more than just that. If you tap the action option, then the settings gear under the exercise section, you can have the button immediately start any exercise you want. Or you can scroll down on your action page and have it interact with your stopwatch, flashlight, waterlock mode, or do nothing. And if you use this button with something like the stopwatch, when you press the button, it'll open up the stopwatch and start it. If you press it again, it'll pause the stopwatch. If it's running, then you double press it, it'll record a lap. And every time you double press it, it'll record another lap. Then when you want to stop the stopwatch, just do a quick press to pause, then a long press to reset. And if you hold the quick button for 5 seconds, you'll activate a siren which is insanely loud. When you're tracking a workout with the Galaxy Watch Ultra, you can press that quick button to pause or resume the workout. And if you double press the button while you're doing a routine, it'll skip to the next workout. And long pressing it will let you immediately finish the workout even if you haven't finished the entire routine. The Galaxy Watch Ultra also has night mode watch faces which automatically turn to a red color at night to make it easier on your eyes. Then when it's bright out again, the watch face turns back to normal. If you guys want to see over 100 incredible Galaxy Watch features with the step-by-step instructions, video demo hyperlinks, and a bunch of bonus tips to help you guys maximize the usefulness of those features, you can check out my guide with this link here. And remember to use code 50features for that 50% off this weekend only. That's it for this tech episode. Jesus loves you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.